Today we're going to be looking at a mod mat. Not any mod mat, but a mod mat from Gamers Nexus. Their medium-sized mod mat. My wife bought this one for me around Christmas time, and it's December 21st right now, so it's been 1 year. So how did it hold up? Can we clean it? Do they talk about cleaning it on their website? So while the theme is playing, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and when we come back, we're going to take a look at this mod mat that's underneath the case and all this other rubble. So I hope I'm in the scene, but if not, whatever. You're not here to see me anyways. You're here to see the mat and what I've put it through. We're also going to be talking about how I received it, what it came with. So don't forget there are timestamps down below. So if you're here for a certain part, please feel free to use the timestamps down below. I get it. I know I do blabber on and I do apologize. You see, I ramble. So let's start with the first part of this video. How did I receive the product? So it comes in this brown box. Pretty big box, huh?
Yeah.
I think it's bigger than you.
It's not bigger.
It's not bigger. Be careful when you sit down. All right, open up. Come on, help me. Go, get over here.
Oh, what's that thing down in?
I see something too.
Maybe the light.
You think Steve signed this one for us?
What is it?
This is a new mat.
Oh yeah.
So it comes like this now. Just to let you guys know, I had opened it already. There's supposed to be another material in between here. Can you hold it? Is it heavy?
Yeah.
It's a little heavy. Watch your head. You're going to hit it on that bulb. Those are not hot bulbs, you guys. They're the Q lights, so they don't get hot. Don't worry. Give that a throw. Throw it away. Okay, so now let's take a look at what it came with. It looks like a return slip type item. Also with the full price of the large mat. So it came out to $124.99. Amount paid after discount. I don't think there was a discount here. But anywho, what I'm assuming is that this is for returning maybe to, I don't know, it's a receipt I guess. Also we have our instructions. These instructions are for connecting the ESD bracelet. Remember the ESD bracelet that goes around our hand? So basically how to actually put that together, which I'll show you a little bit in a minute too how to do that. This is the piece that actually goes to the outlet that's gonna ground the anti-static bracelet. So when you hook the bracelet up to your skin, you'll be grounded. Also, just because you put this to your outlet does not mean you're grounded. You need to check your outlet. If you live in an older home, odds are it's probably not grounded. If you see a lot of sparking happen when you're plugging in your plug, that might be an indicator that you're not grounded. So definitely get a grounding tester. I'll put a picture of what one looks like somewhere over here, and I'll put a link down below for a relatively cheap grounding tester and one that I've used that I know works. Now we gotta open up the mat and show them how the mat looks.
Yeah.
What do you got on?
And a rainbow.
And a rainbow?
Yeah.
How did you get all these?
On my door day.
Alright, let's show them the mat.
He got nervous.
So it's gonna come like this with these two straps. Now one thing that's gonna be missing from this, and I do apologize, is in between there was another like a foamy paper type thing. Yeah. And that went in between to, you know, keep the inside safe. Again, I opened this beforehand. I think it got thrown away. And I just really fast rolled it back up and threw these back on. But they just slide off. Like, think of rubber bands. You could use these in the future if you plan not to leave this out and you just want to keep putting it away, you know, bring it out. Try and keep it cleaner than I do. Alright, Aiden, you ready? What do you think about that?
Yeah.
So basically you're going to want to put something here to hold these down for a little bit. So that way they can stay straight. High five.
You guys is both wrong.
You could definitely tell we are definitely off right now. High five like this. So as you guys could tell, it takes up the whole table, the whole thing. Over there I have two GPUs holding down that side because that side's curling up. If you put something on all the sides, something with some weight, leave it there for a while, eventually the mat will just stay completely flat. As you can tell, the rest of it is flat. It's just the edges because, you know, they were rolled up. Let's talk about the stuff that it comes with, how it works, and how to actually, you know, connect them. So again, this is just like the piece off the smaller mat, just to be grounded. Another ESD bracelet. I think you only get one. Yeah, this one only comes with one. So in the instructions, as you can see, it shows you how to actually use it and also how to connect it. So here, as you can see, there's your outlet. And like I said, it goes to your middle screw. But again, you want to make sure you're grounded. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to actually plug this into your outlet so you're grounded. We have a button here for our, our ground. It plugs in like that. It's just a button. But also, something really cool is this. There's another button right here. You see the button, Aiden? So you can move it from the left or to the right side. And if you have 2 mats, then you'll have 2 of these, like I do, and I'll be able to put a second one there, and it'll always be there. So that's pretty cool. They put one on each side. Pretty cool. On the end, there's going to be a clamp, like a gator clamp. That's so you could clamp it onto, say, your power supply or something that's plugged in and turned off, but it's connected to ground. So you would just, in one of the 2 holes, you would just plug them in, always making sure that this metal part is actually touching flesh. Does not matter where, just as long as this is touching your skin. That will help discharge any electricity your body may have built up while walking on the carpet, or if you live in a humidity area or hot area, whatever. Again, you could connect 2. So if there's a buddy and you was working together, or you're teaching somebody how to build a PC or any electronics for that matter, because it's ESD safe, and plus it has this. So you can work on any type of electronics on it. This does tend to come off, but it just screws on. You could tighten it, I believe. It came off one time. Now, you can receive these in different styles and different sizes. This is the medium mod mat. So here's a small keyboard. I forgot what these are called, 60% or whatever. That's about the size of a graphics card. Put it on top of there. You see how it lines up with those markings there, the teeth. This is a newer graphics card, a 3060. Just for skill. So the medium sized mat is, it's fine for, a regular sized work area. Now they do make a larger mat, and hopefully mine arrives right before Christmas, and I could put it on top of here and show you the size difference. If so, that'll happen now. As you can tell, it's really a lot bigger. Again, it takes up this whole table. So instead of having a smaller work area, you really enlarge your work area. Does it really matter? I mean, not really. If you like a fuller work surface, yes, definitely go with the larger mat. And I believe price difference was probably like 20-30 bucks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's all it was. Now let's check out the last thing that does not add anything of value to when you're working on something, but it may add value to you because maybe you're a big fan of their content. The signature. This mat was really nice and black. I mean, really pretty. I'll show you something that's not too destroyed. This area right here, as you can see, the whole mat was like that. And over here it's not. So this is to show up very nicely. I believe it was like a silver marker he used, but it's pretty cool. I know them to really do these during like fundraisers, and if you order it during a fundraiser, you'll get one signed. Now on their website, and I'll do it right here, I'll bring it up on the screen. Here on their website, as you see, here's the mats. If you go to order a mat, it's gonna have the size. It's also gonna ask for signature if you wanna give a little extra for the signature. Now, again, I believe this only happens when there's a live stream going on. I don't know exactly how it works, because my wife bought this. But all in all, a cool little extra. All I have to say is,
Thanks, Steve.
that was my line. I was gonna say that. Okay, now, what did I do to this mat and how did it take it? So, over time, I have built regular basics PCs on here. I've done water cooling. I've done a lot of modding. With water cooling, hardline tubing especially, you're doing a lot of cutting. You're using the heat gun. You're putting a lot of abuse on something. Having a good durable mat while you're working with those little extra quality of life stuff that's on here really does help. And as you could tell, besides the color being faded out and what have you, well, I think those are a lot is staining more or less. It held up. I mean, look, there's no cuts. No cuts at all anywhere here. You know, it's got a good thickness to it, so that way it doesn't just slide around. You know, that's about how black it was when I first purchased it. Well, my wife got it for me. And there's no tears, no cuts. 1 year. I used a grinder. I've used hacksaws. I've used a hot heat gun that's fallen over many times. Liquid spilled from, let's see, the Corsair XL5 liquid to graphene. All types of stuff, guys. And I mean, and this is still dirty. I have not tried to clean it yet. It's in its raw form right here. Straight after I've just water cooled that system you saw at the start of the video. I have just recently worked with this mat, and that case had to be modded. So I was grinding, doing all types of work with that case, and look, there's no cuts anywhere. So now fading wise, I mean, this that you see that's gray, I don't remember what I was doing, and it got all over the mat. This is not fading due to poor color on the mat. I caused this gray dull look to happen on top of this mat. We are going to try to clean this. First, we're going to look on their website and see how they advise us. So now, let's try to clean it. So what I'm going to start with is just taking a t-shirt like this. I'm just going to do a quick dust off. Yeah. Aiden's here, guys. Say hi, Aiden.
Hi.
So say hi back to him in a form of a like. So we're just going to start off with some hot water. Then we'll try soap and water. Let's just try some hot water in a nice black area. Again, that's hot water. That's all dirt, by the way. That's not color coming up from that. Okay, look, this is the blue. Look, no blue. Blue and the black, no. That's all dirt, because I haven't cleaned this thing. I've wiped it down, but I've never fully cleaned it. Let's try a little bit more on the blue with just hot water. That looks pretty darn good. And I remind you, this isn't smooth. It's got texture. And look, I scratch and it's not removing anything. That came out good. That's a stain from something. We'll try to remove a stain too. But look at that. It didn't fade anything. That is very nice. Remember, it looked more like this over here. Now look at that. That is really good. Plus, we're going to wait and see as it dries up if it starts to dull down again. I mean, yeah, look at that. And I was scrubbing, and look, it's not smearing anywhere. It's not doing anything. Now, yes, there's some deeper, that's faded deeper. But understand, like I said, I've grinded on this mat. So there were sparks. I sanded on this mat. Use hot gun. Guys, I've used a lot of tools and done some pretty heavy work on this mat. So seeing some blue here and there that's missing, yeah, not too shabby. So we also have something here. I'm not sure what that is, but let's see if we can get that out. Let's try some soap and water now and see if we can get this even cleaner. Put some soap on our cloth. You're probably not going to see it as well as I'm seeing it. Now, what's the difference I see between the soap and the water? This is getting a little bit more shine to it like it had originally, to where these do not. So yeah, a lot of the red is a lot more poppy. Regular, dish soap, guys. Original, nothing special. I wouldn't use like the heavier stuff. But yeah, I mean, that looks more close to original than this. I mean, just look at the black here compared to the black here. Cool. So let's see about removing something. It's coming out, but I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like candy or something. from going back and forth as much as I was, I did cause that. So that wasn't the mat itself. And mind you guys, that was soap, hot water, and me causing a lot of friction and heat doing this. Of course, it was going to bring it up. But as you can notice, everything else I had done, where I wasn't really going that hard, I was going pretty good here, guys. But I went stupid hard here to get that chunk out. So, you know, you could go pretty good. But yeah. Now, if you can notice here, I cleaned this. It's starting to get dull. This is why I want to take a look afterwards. I believe it's going to dull down a little bit. Now I'm going to do the more rougher side. Now as you can see here, this side's been pretty tortured. Let's see how well this side comes out with soap and water. So I'm going to do that real fast and let's see what happens. I don't see too much of a change here in this area compared to that area. So I'm going to do the entire mat. And don't forget, we also got to look after about an hour of it drying to see how it dried up. So here's a montage of me looking like a weirdo cleaning this mat at about 10 times speed. Okay, so now we could take a little better look at it. So I do see some fading returning in this area. Now this area was pretty bad on this side. You see a lot of discolorization, but you know, that's gonna happen. You work hard on this side. You know, I cannot tell you how many GPUs I've taken apart, how many times I sat here with a heat gun, you know, cooking things, trying to make them work again, you know, especially graphics cards, soldering on this. If you don't really do what I do with the grinding and all that, and you're just disassembling, reassembling, maybe using it for soldering and things, it should be a lot better than the one I have. But mind you, this thing is still in great condition. When I say better condition, I do not mean, you know, this thing is shot. No. I just mean I put my stuff through torture. Now, I'm going to get my heat gun. We're going to heat this thing up and dry it out and see how much of the fade comes back. Now it's dry. Also, quick pointer to let you guys know, if you're going to be doing water cooling on this, not water cooling, but like say you have a PCB on a graphics card, you're trying to, you know, heat up the memory chips or something because it's not working anymore, and you want to give that last ditch effort to fix it. By doing that, just know as long as you hold it in one area, like in one spot, because you really got to cook these things, the mat will rise and start making a bubble. The bubble will go away. I've done it a million times here. The bubble will go away. But understand, this is a type of rubber. So the heat and then air on the bottom, it's going to cause it to inflate a little bit. Something I noticed. So let's take a closer look and see what we got. I would definitely use soap and water. Just, you know, lightly. If you do a lot of work on this like I do, then you should expect something like this. Dude, there's even like hot glue and probably solder on here somewhere. Just because, you know, I use this thing a lot. But I think it looks 10 times better now than it did. So we have a stain right here. Let's see if alcohol hurts anything. So we got a little bit of alcohol on there. And now, let's see if that thing can come out with some alcohol. I mean, it lightened it up, but it's still there. So I'm going to try and, you know, get that alcohol off of here. One year and brand new. Again, this mat was worked on and I've cleaned this mat at this point. This is the mat cleaned. So big difference on new and, you know, used 1 year. But again, I mean, not too bad. There's still some pretty nice areas here and there. But again, guys, I put my stuff through some pretty good torture. So my advice, guys, some dish soap, maybe a laundry soap, it's up to you. And, you know, some hot water. I don't know about throwing it in the washer and dryer. I would not, you know, do that. You could buy a mat that's the same material and everything. Get an ESD bracelet for about $15 to $20. They're gonna look like this. There will be links below to some other mats online through Amazon. Microcenter.com definitely has mod mats. They're gonna be plain looking. They're not gonna have all this. So you're paying a premium to have the extra on here. You're paying a premium because it's coming from Gamers Nexus.
Thanks, Steve.
Again, I am not saying not to buy this. You like Gamers Nexus, you want to support a creator, one of your favorite creators, then I always say buy those things from them, especially with as long as they're within reason. And the work that went into this mat, yeah, it's definitely $100. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that, oh no, it should only be $50, $60. No, if it's not signed, it's only $79. You know what I mean? So again, this is the medium mat. The large mat's a lot bigger. I'll put the sizes here. How has it been using this mod mat? It's been convenient. It's been helpful. So yeah, there's cheaper ones, but using this has helped me with, you know, screw placement when I'm removing screws from my GPU. Now, do I need it? No. Not for the most part. I really do not. I have my own ways of marking magnet trays using white styrofoam cups, taking pictures, things like that. But this was convenient. I just put them in the area that they should be in on the grid and done. This ruler, yes, there's rulers probably sitting around here somewhere. Having it here, convenient. Looking at a GPU at a part that may be loose or missing, and like, what is that exactly? Because I forget every piece on a PCB. I'm not, you know, a genius like these guys. And go, oh, it's a MOSFET. Oh, it's a capacitor. I could judge, you know, can I fix it, or is it even worth fixing at that point? Because I got an idea there. But all in all, it has been a great mod mat. I really enjoyed it so much. I got the new one, the large one. The product is a good product. It does what it's supposed to do. Again, the price you're paying is more or less to support your favorite creator. This is not something if you went to a store and you saw other mod mats and didn't know who these guys were, if you saw it, you'd probably go, oh cool, it's got all that stuff on there. How much? $100? Or say 80 because it's not signed. And then you look to the left and you see another mod mat for 15. Well, if you're in that predicament, yeah, you probably go for the $15, $20 one. You're not gonna go for this one for 100 because then you don't really care. You know what I mean? It's up to you though. As you can tell, I got it. I wanted it. I have no problem with supporting Gamers Nexus. They push out some of my favorite videos. Alright guys, that's it all I have to say about this mod mat. Really and truly, no negative. What kind of negative was there going to be in a mod mat? I'm not shilling for Steve or anything like that. It's just a mod mat with some cool references on it with ESD bracelets. And instructions online also. I think we may have talked about that. And that's pretty much it. Aiden, would you like to tell everybody to like and subscribe? Alright guys, Aiden told you guys to like and subscribe. So definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we hope that you guys come back and watch some other videos. We have quite a few on the channel. So definitely go check those videos out. And until then, late.